Okay, so that first place. Post office. P-O. P-O. Post office. Okay, because remember, letter can be thumb to thumb from the mouth, because if it's from the brain, it's remember. Or I can put it on a flat object, right? Like make this like an envelope. Okay, so okay, what is this sign? Throw. Do I mean I'm going to throw the letter? No. So what would I do at a post office? I'm going to send it, mail it. All right? So that throw can mean something else. It's to whatever I have here is leaving me and going someplace else. Does that make sense? Right? It's not always just a ball like I'm throwing or wadded up piece of paper. So my letter I'm going to throw or send to somebody else. All right, so post office. That next one, second sign is store, all right? The first sign is medicine. Medicine. Now you're going, why would this be medicine? Think back to Cowtown days, all right? And they had this little white bowl called the mortar, and they had a little grinder called the pestle. All right, and they would take the herbs or whatever, grind them up and mix them, add liquid, make their own medicines, right? The apothecary. So that's where that sign is coming from. It's the idea of grinding up. All right, medicine. Medicine. Here's your bowl. Here's your pestle. Oh, that's another way of. She's just going. Drug store, right? Another way of saying it. They don't have, except for family video, these are long gone. Video, movie store, all right? Most of us now, we're gonna download it from Netflix. Right. Or Redbox, yes, Redbox. But family video seems to be doing all right. It's the only one I see around with their cars there. So, okay.
They're busy too.
They are. They are. This sign, we're at the top of 297. This sign means dry. Dry. Right? Think of slobber that's coming downhill and you dry it off. All right? Back when my third son was just a baby, drool. Everything was wet right here, right? Just drool. And we had a big dog. And so the dog would be lying down, right? Kind of purr, and the baby would crawl around with his book. And he'd crawl up and he'd snuggle up against the dog with his book. And he'd be looking at his book. And the dog every once in a while would go and clean him off, all right? He was drying him off, dry. So dry, clean, dry, clean. I don't see this, all right? Because it's kind of generic. So I see dry clean or clothes cleaners. I'll see that sometimes. But not too many people go to the dry cleaners anyway because it's too expensive. We know this one. School. Teeth. Teeth person, dentist. They just didn't add that personhood. I mean, if you're saying, I'm not going to my teeth. You know, unless they're in a glass upstairs. So they just dropped it, but technically, teeth person, dentist. All right, here is the nozzle, okay? Gasoline. All right, gasoline. Here's your gas cap, tank, gasoline. And of course, if that can be the action, it can be the place. Zoo. All right, what's this sign? Finish. Finish. This sign can mean, it can have two other meanings, all right? One can mean and then. It is a connecting sign between activities. For example, let's see. Yes, that's what I do on Sunday. Went to church, went down to Oklahoma City, went to this special restaurant named Pops. It is, if you've never been, first time I've been, my husband and my son have been, they've got, you name a flavor, and they have pop that is made that way. Bacon maple, all right? It's strange flavors. Pina colada pop. They've got, and their windows are all lined up with pops, and it's not all the same brand. I mean, it's knee high and it's everything else. They've got a little restaurant there. Anyway, it's kind of cool. So we ate there, and then what did we do? We went to a college, left my son there. He's taking a week of classes. Left him, and then drove home. And what was my and then? Finished. So went to church. I'm finished with that activity, all right? And then got in the car, drove to okay? So, next. Well, next is not really good, but after that, right? Finish. I'm done with that. This sign can also mean already, because it's already been done. I'm just gesturing. Right. This can mean already. It's already been done. It can be used to set up a past tense on a verb. It can, for example, have you been to the new restaurant? All right, new restaurant. You go, finish means have you already been to the new restaurant? All right, it's already happened. Okay. So, finish, it's completed, can mean already. Same concept, right? That's what that sign, what does already mean? It has happened. It has been completed. All right. He's just signing. Need. Do what? All right. Yes. Okay. I don't mind. Just get off my desk. I don't mind. That next sign. Refuse. Refuse. I'm not talking about my back. All right? I'm not talking about the past. It is a, right? And it's not going to be done, it's going to be done emphatically. We know this one already. OIC, Wow, right? This one can be done with 2 hands, with 1 hand. It means sympathy for you, all right? It can mean, it doesn't have to be, it can be ironic. You know, I'm going to California. Oh, pity you, all right? I'm going to Hawaii. Oh, you poor little thing. But it can mean, you know, somebody gives you bad news, something that's happened. I feel so sorry for you, right? It's not just sorry. It is pity, empathy, sympathy, right? In a church setting, right, God has mercy, right? Empathy, sympathy for us, mercy is another way that that's interpreted. All right, so now we're looking at page 2. Any questions on what we've covered so far? Some of it?
What was willing?
Willing,
Don't,
all
is it
right.
don't mind?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Don't mind.
Don't mind. No skin off my nose. I don't mind. You go to the grocery store? Yeah. The next one is how often something happens. So, once, it's going to come into the palm, all right? Once, twice, thrice, all right? Usually they don't go past that. Usually it's not 4 times, but anyway. Once a week. Think of, here's your calendar, right? Here's this horizontal, right? So you have once a week, going from one day of the week to the end of that day.
Are you going to over 2
That's month. Oh, he's going once a month. My bad. All right. Once a month. Sorry. Once a week is down below. Once a month. Twice a month. 3 times, thrice a month. The next one is once a week. A week. Twice a week. I think just 3 times a week. That next one, this is on page 300. What is this?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, right? So if you go tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, every day. Every day. Every day. Right? But that's where that's coming from. You're just going on a series of tomorrows. Okay? Not just tomorrow, every day. Once a week, twice a week. Now, go back to that single, all right? You don't want twice every 2 weeks. Right? That's going to say something different. Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, once a month, once, twice a month, thrice a month.
Once a year.
Once a year. Once a year. Okay? So every day,
Never.
never. That, right? Never. Never. We've had that one before. I think that's where. Now I'm gonna give you just a little bit more because of this activity. So he is showing the week after this. All right. One way of doing it is coming down and then sending it into the future. Right. So the week future. Now, I have some deaf that they do not like it signed this way. Because this is the sign for adultery. You're going around the corner. All right? And so they do not like this sign to be, it's too long. Anyway, so their preference and what I see most here is if this is a week, right, and I've got my calendar laid out, my month, they flip down and go this way. So this is my current week. Next week is the week that's under that. Right? So what would this be?
2 weeks.
2 weeks under that. No, you don't go week and then under. You're going to be here and just go under.
One, and then it becomes 2 the second week?
No,
Or would it be 2?
No, 2 weeks. Yeah. So you're just here. Next week. Next week. Week
Pass.
in the past would be last week. All right, is how we'd say it in English. The past week. Last week. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. All right. And he is signing week
Half of it?
end, like I'm at the end of my fingers. Week, and there's the end. Week end. Week end. And then just at the top of 301, it has to do with the sun, all right, position of the sun. Here's my horizon. The sun is coming up. Morning. The sun is straight up.
Noon.
Noon. The sun is starting to settle over the horizon.
Evening.
Well, afternoon. Sun is setting down below the horizon. Night. Okay, or evening. All right. However you want to. People are going, okay, well, so would I sign 4 o'clock at night? All right. As long as you're not signing 4 o'clock in the morning, what's the difference between 4 o'clock night, 4 o'clock afternoon? Neither one. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Now, if I was going at 11 o'clock, I'd probably make sure that my hand was hanging down, right? 6 o'clock, afternoon, night, doesn't matter. But there is a difference between 6 o'clock in the morning. And the difference is my hand is going to be in the crook of my elbow for morning, and my hand is coming down over for afternoon, evening. So morning, noon, afternoon, night. Make sense? Okay. All right. And that last one is, what is this? 1 day, right, or day. So if you're taking your hand and scooping all day, the whole day, all day long. Let's take a break, and then we'll do some activities and watch some of the stuff that's Be back.